Good to see you. We are in a weather impact alert. This is Meteorologist Claire Fry here to give you the latest on a new impact alert that is from 2 o'clock until 9 o'clock, not only for today, but also into tomorrow afternoon due to the threat of some slow-moving thunderstorms and also that flood threat into the area. What I need you to do, make sure you're watching for flooding and also some possible damaging wind gusts in some of these storms. We're going to kick it right over to radar and give you the latest look as we continue to watch and more storms continuing to form over the next couple of hours. Again, the main threat is going to continue to be between around 2 o'clock all the way until 9 o'clock into this evening, hence why we have issued this weather impact alert. It really is going to be through that time frame that we really start to see more and more storms really kind of bubble up and continuing to bring in that threat of damaging winds and also that flooding threat continuing throughout the afternoon and evening. So what I need you to do, especially if you're tuning in now with us, make sure you have notifications on for these storms that will form these next couple of hours. We've already seen a couple continuing to form right now. So I'm going to take this full so you can really kind of have a glance at what we're really looking at right now on the radar. I'm going to kind of storm track with you while I have you in here. You can already see a couple of strong thunderstorms continuing to move into portions of Stokes, Surrey, and also in portions of Yadkin counties where we're really seeing those storms start to build into the area. Let's kind of zoom in on what we're seeing right now. Really the highest reflectivity that we're seeing right now across the area is actually just over Surrey County, just toward the south actually right now of Mount Airy. Lots of cloud to ground lightning we can see right now, moving also into Pilot Mountain. This is from Surrey, moving into Stokes County. It's moving fairly quickly also, so we'll have to continue to watch these storms over the next couple of hours. And you know, these storms really are going to have to be monitored as we continue to watch these storms just for that threat of this flash flooding and also continuing to watch for damaging winds. So here it is for the Mount Airy right now. I'm actually going to show you hail tracks. We've been seeing a little bit of hail in some of these storms. This one right here is just toward the northeast of Westfield. So I'm going to kind of get a read on this and see what hail I can see across the area. And it's up to around 1 inch in diameter. Again, this is just toward the northeast or northwest, of Westfield, where we're continuing to track this hail across the region. Other little spots just toward the north of Dobson, up to around 1/2 inch in diameter for the hail. So that isn't really one of our main threats within these storms, but we'll have to keep an eye on it these next couple of hours. Going back over here to the radar, where we're seeing these storms mainly kind of continue to move in at around 25 miles per hour out of the west, moving east at around 25 miles per hour. That's kind of the speed these are moving. They're really bringing in a lot of lightning, a lot of damaging winds, and a lot of locally heavy rainfall. And speaking of which, I wanted to show you this for our area. Most of us are under a flood watch all the way until 4 o'clock into tomorrow morning. What that means is we need to be especially careful throughout tonight and into tomorrow. So if you do get issued a warning, a flash flood warning, please do not drive on the roads. Please get inside and stay inside. Be off the roads. If you're on the roads and you see a flooded roadway, please do not attempt to drive in it. This is going to last all the way until 4 a.m. tomorrow morning for this flood watch, and it does take up all of the Triad. So all of us are within this watch, and if you do see a warning, please take it seriously heading into the night tonight. Switching you back over to the graphics, so we can continue to chat about what I'm seeing. Really no storm reports for right now, but we'll keep eyes on this, and I'll continue to keep you updated. Across North Carolina, strikes up to around 430 right now. Newer are the ones that you can see right there in yellow versus the older ones are a little bit more whitened, but still a lot of lightning across the area. Flash flooding risk for our region, most of us are in that level 2 or level 1. Most of us in the Triad, that level 2. And what that means is that scattered flash floods are going to be possible within this time frame from around 2 o'clock all the way until around 9 o'clock for tonight and also into the day tomorrow. We also are highlighted in the severe storm risk for our regions. SPC has us under a level 1 for the day today. Northeast counties actually here in Caswell, Alamance, northeast quadrant there of Guilford, and also Caswell and Rockingham. Also in that level 2 risk, meaning scattered severe storms could be possible for this afternoon as well as into this evening. Into the day tomorrow, we're still, of course, keeping an eye on that flash flooding risk. We are in a level 2 once again. So we'll have to keep monitor on that. It is actually embodying a little bit more there of the triad rather than today's risk. So we'll keep a close eye on that. For now, we're actually not highlighted in a storm risk, at least for the day on Saturday. That very well could change, though, over the next several hours, especially as more models come in and we continue to build our forecast. So storm threats really for the day today and tomorrow within that 2 to 9 o'clock window, really going to be the damaging wind that's possible, as well as the flooding that could be possible across the area. Really lower risk for hail, and I'm really not concerned about tornadoes. And that's just due to the fact that, we don't really have an upper level current that's going to be building in and kind of bringing in the ingredients for the tornadoes in and across the area. It really is just going to be the damaging wind and also the flooding concern across the area. Rain that we've seen so far today, really not much, at least in portions of Mount Airy, a little over half an inch. Wilkesboro, a little over a quarter of an inch, but you can see more and more tallies starting to kind of climb into portions of Yadkin County, and more obviously moving our way over the next several hours as these storms continue to kind of form in and across our area. I really do think the majority of these storms are going to be through and through our area by around 8 or 9 o'clock tonight. Overnight could see a pop-up shower or two, but for the most part, very calm, especially in comparison to what we're having this afternoon and into this evening. Saturday, tomorrow, we're on the lookout for more isolated showers and storms. This is all the way through 7 o'clock. I'm going to go over here back toward around 3 to 4 o'clock, where these storms are continuing to kind of push up and bubble up at around this time. It really is in that 3 to 4 o'clock window that we're continuing to track these storms. I'm going to pull up right here if I can do this on the wall. There it is. So I'm going to kind of show you from here, like you can see it right behind me, but these storms really are going to be moving, continuing to move from the west to the east over the next several hours that we're tracking these storms. As of right now, of course, we still have the special weather statement, which means strong thunderstorms are impacting portions of Surrey, impacting portions of Stokes, and also moving into Yadkin and Forsyth right now. Here's a look at Greensboro. We're right at around 90 degrees, but dew points are currently in the lower 70s, and that makes it feel like we are in the mid to upper 90s across the area. This is a very tropical feeling. This is oppressive. This is air that you can wear. These dew points are very, very high, very uncomfortable. It basically is like breathing through a wet sponge. It is very, very tropical feeling out right now. I look at temperatures all across the board. You can see right behind me, we're basically right at around 80s to lower 90s, a little bit cooler in Reedsville due to the fact that they just saw a thunderstorm. And of course, also just cooler in portions of westernmost counties over there. And the foothills also in the 70s due to the fact that those storms rolled through and also cooled off the air. But in Greensboro, 90, 91 in Burlington. It feels like 100 degrees in Burlington. It feels like 102 currently in Siler City. Here's a look at those current dew points across the area. Low to mid 70s, 75 currently in Siler City, 74 in Burlington. This just makes you want to run to the AC as soon as possible. It is soupy outside, to put it lightly. So stay comfortable. Make sure if you're spending a lot of time out this weekend, it's still going to be super muggy. Just make sure you are staying hydrated and make sure that you're staying cool also. Highest wind gusts so far today. I'm sure this will get amped up with more storms as they roll in tonight and into the day tomorrow. Next 12 hours, we're going to be seeing us drop back into the 70s overnight. Tomorrow, more scattered storms are going to be on the way. We're continuing to track these storms over the next couple of hours. If you're just now joining us, from 2 o'clock all the way until 9 o'clock tonight. That's when we have our alert issued, not only for today, but also for tomorrow. That will have to be keeping a close eye on any storms that form due to the risk of these damaging winds and, of course, that flood risk, as these storms are very slow moving across the area, can dump anywhere between 1 to 3 inches in a very short amount of time. So a closer look at this Futurecast. This is through around 1 o'clock. Into the night tonight, really starting to calm down. There go those clouds. Tomorrow morning, that's the time to get out because more possible isolated pop-up storms are back in the afternoon and evening, all the through around 2 to 9 o'clock. So that's the kind of time frame that we're going to continue to track. Full look here at your 7-day forecast, if I can pull that up for you. continuing to see this kind of muggy and hot pattern continuing in your full 7-day. As you'll notice, we're still in the upper 80s to right at around 90 degrees every single day here as we continue to track more and more of these storms moving into the area. There we go.